to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Excited about this episode today. Week 2 almost over. We still got the Eagles tonight, Eagles and Falcons, but them birds. Week 2 is almost wrapping up. Tomo, you know, both our teams play us today. 2 different results, as you can tell. But we got that was me week 1. But we got to talk about a lot of things today. Today we're going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals. I know we had this convo before, but did the Bengals prove that they are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs? I'm glad my boy Tomo saying about that. And speaking of Tomo, Dallas Cowboys. I mean, just like the Jets. Bad sign or bad game? We gotta talk about that. The New Orleans Saints, are they the real deal or are they just fool's gold? I mean, they beat the Panthers. We like fool's gold. They beat Dallas in Dallas. So we got to talk about that. The Baltimore Ravens, they lost to the Raiders. It's time to panic in Baltimore. And lastly, to cap, and then we got my boy Carl coming up for the Ravens segment. And lastly, we got to talk about recapping that Giants and Commanders game. Even though if you're watching this from outside of the R2L family, you're probably like, why is that the headline? But if you are part of the R2L family, you understand why that is the headline. We got the Couriers and Keys joining us for that. And got my boy Tomo here. Dave Dollar's not here right now, but my boy Tomo is here. Mr. Get Done Son himself. How you doing, man?
Man, you know, I'm doing good. You know, my fantasy team is 2-0. Welcome to the Winner's Circle, Joe. And shout out to Zavon, you know, R2L Fantasy Sports, and shout out to Coach FFC. You know, starting off on a positive note. On another note, I mean, again, wake me up when January gets here. That's all I'm gonna say. And hopefully they can get to January, because other than that, I'm gonna have a lot to say in December. So I'm doing good. Let's get this show rolling, because I know we got a lot of guests that's gonna show up, and we got a lot of people that's got a lot of stuff to respond to. And they're right, Daniel Jones.
Can't wait.
And we got to who?
Bar Scott.
Oh, I thought you said Prescott. I was like, not today. Not today.
Here we go.
And that's how we're gonna start the show. Let's go, Joe. How you feeling though before we move on?
I mean, as you can tell, I'm feeling good. My boy, look. Okay. Victory Monday. First time I was able to say that since we beat the Patriots last year. But Victory Monday. That's all I gotta say. All right. But listen, y'all, we got a great show for y'all today. Make sure y'all like this video on 2 platforms. Tomo, we on Facebook today. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure y'all like the video on both of the platforms. Share this video. Sorry, before you share it, follow and subscribe on all of the social media platforms that we have, and share this video with a sports fan, because, especially an NFL fan, because they can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Daniel for being the first comment. Happy Monday. This is asterisk. Victory Monday. Victory Monday. All right, Victory Monday. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Vaughn in the comments. Mark. You know, the winners are in the circle right now. That's what it looked like. The guys who won yesterday in the comment section.
Well, I need to be backstage with our producer.
Yeah, backstage. Somebody said, no, they got an L. My bad. Speaking of him, that's my dog. What day is this? Monday. Victory Monday. Tomo, you know it ain't right unless we turn up for the one time. My boy Dave. Let's get it.
Let's do it, Dave.
Me up.
And as y'all can see, just like the Cowboys did on defense, there was a little mishap where everybody trying to figure out what the miscommunication was, but we're not going to start with them because I know what Joe was going to say. And just like that, let's start the show. The floor is yours, Tomo. I got you. You know, y'all finally beat Daniel Jones. There's a lot going on. You got Mark still calling out people, you know, after we done gave y'all half the players, y'all finally needed to beat Daniel Jones. But we got to figure out a question that really started when we were actually doing all of the teams because, you know, Joe came out and he was like, well, we got to talk about one of the biggest threats. I still think you said they are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs. So are they? And this is going to be very simple. My bad. I'm so used to, you know, are they? Did the Bengals prove yesterday that they are the biggest threats to the Chiefs after suffering a 25-26 loss? Some would say it came down to a lot of hot-headedness or maybe just a few plays here and there. But Joe, after that performance yesterday, you still think this?
Yes, 100%. Yes, the Bengals are the toughest matchup for Patrick Mahomes, and it's for two reasons. Number one,
get some help.
Okay, we got a hate in the background. Come on, man, don't get mad at me because you know we got a tie record with the Commanders. Are they the biggest threat? Yes, Tomo. I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. They are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Burrow, I saw a stat. They said he could be the first one to beat Mahomes 3 times. I was like, dang, nobody's never beat Mahomes 3 times. Only, like, okay, cool. So he was on the verge of doing that. Now, when I look at the Bengals versus Patrick Mahomes, it's two things that play into a part of it. All right. Number one, they defensive coordinator. For some reason, when Mahomes played the Bengals, he struggles, even though the Bengals had injuries on the defensive line. So they couldn't really get the pressure they wanted. Hendrickson was in the back for a lot, though, especially in the second half. But Mahomes struggles against them all the time. I mean, 2 interceptions. Come on now. And one, you know, I saw a stat. It said Mahomes got the most interceptions taken back after a pass interference call, which is crazy. All right. But 2 interceptions, that's not good. I can't. And then one of them was bad. He threw a right. Matter of fact, both of them were bad. He threw a right in front of Travis Kelce. He was a defender right there. Thank you. And the second one, he tried to throw a bomb right before the third quarter, for the fourth quarter to your boy Xavier Worthy. And I forgot the cornerback name that was talking trash earlier that week. Got the interception, backed up what he was saying this whole time. Backed up the talk.
He definitely did.
That's what yeah, he definitely did. His name is, I'm gonna give him a shout out. Hold on. He's a rookie. His name is Cam Taylor Britt.
Yep.
Said all he do is run straight. I mean, that's what he do that game. I keep calling him Hollywood. Say, well, he do nothing. And so the defensive coordinator does great against Mahomes all the time. The only time I've seen Mahomes quote unquote rattled was against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. And then the second reason, it's a guy on the other side who can pick apart a defense somewhat like Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is an outstanding quarterback. Outstanding. Jamal Chase didn't have the best game, but Joe Burrow had a really good game. I mean, they were moving the ball downfield like crazy almost every time they got the ball. The reason why they lost that game was an idiotic play by the DB on a pass interference. They had them. The game was over. Pass interference, field goal, game over. So if I'm the Bengals, I'm feeling good because I know from the Bengals, the Chiefs are the last thing. Like the Bengals are the last thing the Chiefs want to see. Because I look at the Ravens. Come on now, they've been owning the Ravens. The Bills, regular season, the Bills, you can have it, but he owned them in the playoffs.
That is a fact.
And who else out there? There's nobody else like the Texans. Come on now, who else out there? So Bengals, yes, only team that beat them outside of Tom Brady.
Sure about that?
Thank you, producer. Because I was really gonna say. So you said one. I just want to make sure I got my list right. I was writing it down. You said one reason that you say they still are in your mind is because the defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he has the GOAT. Shout out to Carl for saying that. The GOAT, Mahomes, rattled every time they play, right?
Not every time.
Almost every time, just about every time. You know, it's always a close game between them. You know, like
True.
the Bengals kind of own them up until that playoff game and then today. Right? Some people would say that. Now, number 2, you said Joe Burrow, because somebody that can pick apart the defense, you know, on the other side of the football. No shout at Josh Allen, because you already gave him the shout out that I needed. He can't beat him when it's time to. And then the third one was they only won the game because. Note, you said the defensive coordinator is the reason why they can beat the Chiefs. But there are 2 times when they almost had a chance to beat the Chiefs that there were what? Defensive penalties. So as a defensive coordinator and coming from a guy whose team is known for getting penalties, where's the discipline? Because you already know what it is when you playing this guy. You have to be disciplined, because other than that, the roughing the passer caused y'all not to go to the Super Bowl, because you would have won that game without the roughing the passer. Then this PI could have gave you more bragging rights, because what did that video say? He said, who's the best quarterback in the league? What Jamar say? Technically, I think Jamar sounded like the owner of the Bengals for real when he's like, best wide receiver on our team. I'm not gonna say that name. I'm not about to say that name, because they're not trying to pay him. So that's just what it is. You all were out there talking trash. The only one that backed it up was Cam, because he got the pick. But again, PI, you lose. Chiefs win. And it was in Burrowhead yet again.
No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, Burrowhead, you're right.
Yeah. It was in the same situation, right. And you ended up losing the game to almost a similar fashion. So to me, they're still one of the biggest threats. I mean, we see another team that's still trying to get it together outside of my man swinging on people on Monday night. Like, you can't just pop up and swing on people, bro. Like, it's a football game. Like, you ain't in the club. You get what I'm saying? So I see where you coming from with everything you have. I still don't believe it, because they're going to find a way to do with this team right here, right there. What can go wrong will go wrong when the Bengals got to play Mahomes.
See, now, biggest threat doesn't mean you're going to beat them. Biggest threat is who has the biggest chance of beating us. It's the Bengals. The Bengals are the team that they fear. Think about this. The Bengals are the only team in the NFL that talk trash before every time they about to play this team. They're the only team. And it's still a close game. That's why I respect them so much. It's like, yo, everybody like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You poking the bear. And they come out there and they ball out. They back up what they say. It, like you said, it do be undisciplined football. We saw the late hit on Mahomes in the playoffs, and we just saw the pass interference. So, but if I'm losing because of that, I can walk away and say, yo, we got to be more disciplined. And once again, they beat this team before, not just the regular season like Lamar did one time, Josh Allen does, you know what I mean? Who else beat him in the regular season? The Colts, like Mark said, right?
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, I only seen one team in the AFC that's ever beaten them, too. And it's a GOAT, Tom Brady, and my boy, Joe Burrow.
Well, again, I mean, my only point to combat what you said was stop talking trash. How about you go out there and just win the game? Because every time they go out there and talk trash, a PI or a roughing the passer happens, because mentally you knew that you was talking trash, so you can't lose. So now you go out and do something dumb.
I do want to say something, Tomo. And this is on behalf of AJ and Calf, all right? Jamar Chase.
Uh-oh.
I mean, listen, there's a big debate in the chat about who's better between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Jamar ain't looking too good, my buddy. You Justin got paid. You didn't get paid. You got disrespected, which is crazy. We and I agree with you. Terrible organization. But your 2 performances against Christian Gonzalez and McDuffie is not looking too good in both games. After they played the Bengals week 1, people were saying Christian Gonzalez is the best cornerback in the league after that performance.
Christian Gonzalez said it on Twitter.
Oh, he said it?
Remember, he tweeted and said he wasn't about to get his contract on me.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Come on, Jamar, man. Come on, you got us next week. Come on, like you should cook us. You just saw what Mike Evans did to us, and you just saw what your boy Neighbors did. You should cook us. So we'll see.
I see what you did there, Joe.
Who are we, man?
Well, I guess we got to talk about some bystanders at this point, right? Let's move. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Another game was played Sunday. I think this team may overlook this team, or maybe they just don't know how to play in week 2. I don't know, but we got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and we got to say, man, well, is it the same? Shout out to Bibby for this one. Oh, so Cowboys lose 44-19. We got to ask, man, was the Cowboys loss a bad sign or a bad game? Like I said, Cowboys lose 44-19. The loss to the Saints is a cause for concern. But some want to say, is it too early? I got 2 haters in the comments already. I was waiting for the other drop. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I was waiting for the other one. Is this loss a bad sign or a bad game? I can't say it's a bad game because I done watched this team do this plenty of times before. So how many times can you have a bad game with almost similar results with similar players? Like at that point, you got to say it's a bad sign, right? You got a coach who's on his last deal. You got 99% of the team who's on their last deal outside of the 2 main stars and maybe a couple people on the offensive line. So there's a lot of 1-year deals there. Defensive coordinator, same thing. You really have there's no actual foundation. It's like a mud house, kind of like what the Commander's field is. Ain't that right, Mark? With them 2 dips that you all got. See, Joe, this is not for you. Somebody asking for it, so they got to get it. It's really just one of those things where everything that worked against the Browns, you come out next week and treat this game like it's a preseason game and just flip it. You got you got a free safety returning punts returning kicks when you already have a kick returner. You don't start Zeke, you start Rico Dowdle just to see what's going to actually happen. You go down 36-12, I think, at some point, and you got packages for Deuce Vaughn actually happening at this point. You got a rookie wide receiver, maybe 3rd year. I think Jalen Brooks is probably 2nd or 3rd year. You got him out there running in routes against, I would say, maybe that 2nd or 3rd year cornerback. Maybe Kool-Aid was on him when he got that pick. Was that Kool-Aid or was that Adobe? I don't know. But still, there's too many tests that was happening in a game where you actually know you need it. Now, if you're playing in a preseason week 2 and you're like, all right, let's figure out what we got here, guys. Let's just go out there and throw some things out there and see if it sticks. You do that. Or when you finally go up against the Browns, maybe 21, 24. I don't know how many points we was just beating up on the Browns at that point. That's when you try things, when you're winning. You don't try things when you can clearly see that your team is almost looking like they're playing the Green Bay Packers, but with black jerseys on at this point. Because that game looked just like that playoff game. So, yeah, to me, it's a bad sign. Will they bounce back next week? Dallas is known for bouncing back after bad losses like that. I don't know if they're going to win it because I picked them to actually lose it. So for the Cowboys to start off 1-2 was already in my mind, but I didn't see us losing to the Saints and not this bad. Joe?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bad sign because when I watched the Browns game, I mentioned on there the Cowboys had 2 good drives. They won that game defensively, and we acknowledged the Browns had 2 missing linemen on the right side. So that was an advantage, right? Y'all got killed in the trenches on both sides of the ball. I mean, Derek Carr had all the time in the world to throw the ball. For every big play to develop, he had all the time in the world in the pocket. And then Kamara, even him, he didn't have it's rare that he had to avoid a rusher in the backfield. By the time he made contact with the first offender, he's 2-3 yards deep into the hole. It's like, dang, the defensive line was getting bullied. And then that last touchdown when they ran on Marco Parsons' side was funny because they scored Marco Parsons around like he was lost. I'm like, bro, they ran to your side. Offensively, the offensive line couldn't hold up for Dak. Dak really didn't have no time in the pocket like that. Dak did miss a couple. I'm not going to put this on the offense. Dak did miss a couple of throws. He missed CD when he had a defender beat. And the first interception wasn't on him, but the second one was definitely him. He threw it in triple coverage, basically. And the fumble he had kind of almost messed y'all up. But defensively, man, it was a big problem. That'd be a worry with me if I'm y'all. Y'all were getting bullied on the defensive side of the ball in the trenches. Now, I do want to ask you this question. Because in the offseason, after that Green Bay Packers game, a lot of talk was like, they need some linebackers. They ain't got no linebackers. right? And now the talk is they don't got no D tackles. They need some D tackles. All right. So tell me what's your thoughts on that.
Well, we need a D tackles too. What's the one thing I've been talking about since we started? Since I started hosting on
Yeah.
Refuse to Lose is, bro, we don't have no defensive tackles. Like
Yeah.
we don't have them. Like, and then we went out and got linebackers. I mean, we got some linebackers. They was actually proven that they was making plays. We don't have safeties playing linebacker. Now, one of the things that I heard, and shout out to Joe for jumping in. I was in on one of the Twitter spaces, and I'll share that with my last words about just Twitter spaces and where you Twitter spaces versus the chats is how you kind of meet similar people. It's just funny. But going into the off season after the Packers game and we see how the off season went. That's why I was telling you all on the show is like, look, I have nothing to say about this team. Like, you can't expect too much. Like, this is what you're going to get when you don't go out and actually add to your team. Everybody in the division got better. However, it's going to be tough, but I still see us winning some of those games. But other than that, this is the result of you not trying to make your team better. Like, you're going to have games like this. You're missing out on key pieces. You got Michael Parsons still on the edge when you said you were going to put him at linebacker. I mean, Dan Quinn is in D.C. That's some stuff that Dan Quinn told us that he was going to do with Michael Parsons and never did it. This looked like the same exact game. No adjustments was made. The worst part about it, another reason why it's a bad sign is the coordinator. Zimmer at one point was over there like this. What y'all want me to do? Like, I can't do nothing. And we talked about it off the air before we started the show, but the offensive coordinator for the Saints, Kubiak, all right? I know he is Kyle Shanahan's boy, but another insider scoop is that he was with Zimmer when he was in with Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, well, I seen this defense. I know what he's gonna do, and I know the weak spots. Let's go get him. Oh yeah, I know we're gonna beat the Commanders though, Mark.
Yeah, same old song, man. That's why it should be worried because it's like, dang, week 2, and it was at home. Y'all was undefeated at home last year,
Was it?
so it could be a good thing I got. I don't know, and it was a worst loss of the year, probably outside of the Panthers loss.
It's gonna happen with us. That's why it's the same old song. It's gonna happen with us. Like, this is the Cardinals game. We weren't supposed to lose that game. And here you go. Now we're gonna get to week 16. Let's say we are fighting for a playoff spot. And now they like, well, if you only would have beat the Saints in week 2, maybe you would have had the 1 seed. Like, it's stuff like that. So it is what it is. Football is a strange lady, but we still dance with that lady at times. Now we got to move on to the victors. You got anything else you want to add to that, Joe? Or you good? Why when I say victors, you want to say don't? Yeah, I feel like this has been a setup. But is they or ain't they? Can't call them the ain'ts no more. Of course, we all just talked about what the Saints did to the Cowboys. We got to talk about the flip side of that. Again, we've done all of our teams. We broke down our brackets. We broke down who's going to win the divisions, who's going to do what. And this was one of the teams where it was like, well, we kind of focused more on the defense and didn't really focus too much on the changes that happened on the offensive side. So, are the Saints real or is it fool's gold? Joe?
I don't think it's fool's gold. Now, what's real? They can challenge they can challenge the NFC South. Now look, Clint Kubiak, that was a jewel that I missed. Clint Kubiak being with the 49ers, being a offensive coordinator. We try to get Clint Kubiak this off season. He was a candidate. I think he was a pass coordinator for the 49ers. I'm sorry. Pass coordinator for the 49ers. Coming from the Shanahan tree, and they run the same exact scheme. You see all those pre-snap motions and all that stuff. That's Kyle Shanahan for you. And that's why y'all lost for real, because Clint Kubiak beat out Mike Zimmerman. That's what happened. Like, he out-schemed Zimmerman. And one thing that the Shanahans do well is run the ball. They ran the ball 39 times against y'all. 39 times. Sounds familiar. 39 times. Alvin Kamara, 20 carries, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. We all know the screen pass he caught was perfectly called and executed for that touchdown. So he had 4 touchdowns. Derek Carr only threw the ball 16 times. That's it. But even the interception he threw, he had a clean pocket. Like, this man had a clean pocket the whole game, bro. Like, I don't know the pressures, but I feel like it was play action because they was feeding off the run. Play action. The one to Shaheed, shout out to Dave. He said he's gonna have a big year this year. 2 big games so far. Shaheed, that pass he threw to Shaheed, that was perfectly drawn up on first down.
Go ahead. Somebody got held on that play, but I ain't gonna say too much. Go ahead.
But yeah, man. So I think Clint Kubiak was a big difference because one thing the Saints do, they have weapons. They have playmakers. Chris Olave, Shaheed. You know, they got Alvin Kamara. They still got Jamal Williams backing up Alvin Kamara. Taysom Hill, another piece. And he was doing everything. Like, I mean, he do everything from block, catch passes. You know, he can do everything. Run the ball. So I think that it's not fool's gold, but as far as them being real, they can challenge the Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the NFC South, for sure.
Saints play Philadelphia next week. They beat Philadelphia. I'll say it's real. First 2 games, you know, I'm going to have to do the Saints like everybody do us. You know, that's not a good team they played over there right now. It's week 2. The Cowboys not a really good team. They beat the Panthers, and then they beat the Cowboys who trying to figure themselves out. That's me making excuses. But after scoring 91 points in 2 games, the Saints are the 5th team to score at least 44 points each in their first 2 games. And the most recent one is 2009. That's the only time they won a Super Bowl. So they feeling good down there. You know, they had the 3rd line outside the stadium going up. So disrespectful. That's what you can do when you let somebody walk in your house and tell your wife what to cook. And then you got to go outside and cut the grass while that man in there watching your TV. That's how they treated us on Sunday. But not us, the Cowboys, because I wasn't out there. I don't think it's fool's gold because, again, the vibrance is there. But I want to say my solid answer is I'm on the fence. If they beat Philadelphia this way, if they go to Philly, I think do they play in Philadelphia? Let me check.
They probably play away because Philly played 2 home games so far.
Okay, so if they
probably play at home.
They do. Okay, so they got them in New Orleans. Okay, so it might be real then, Joe, because I don't know. They turned up after 2 weeks of this, and then Philly come down there. I'm gonna say Philly's the match because I think Philadelphia is one of the best teams in the NFC East, and I think they got more weapons on the defensive end to combat some of that speed and also the way they run the ball because they actually got big defensive tackles up there, kind of like y'all. So they do that to Philadelphia, then I can say it's real. But right now, I'm gonna go with fool's gold. I was on the fence, but I'm gonna go with fool's gold.
Yeah, and last thing I want to say is first 15 drives they scored on points on the first 15 drives of the season.
6 times in a row
against y'all.
Every time they touched the ball, they scored, Joe.
It was touchdowns on y'all. Like
every single time. The one thing I'm gonna say about Dak Prescott is, hey, bro, $60 million a year, you gotta score when you get in the red zone. Like all them field goals ain't gonna cut it. Like that's my one knock against him, bro. Like I see what you were saying about the defense, but I can't defend that. If you get in the red zone, you gotta score. Especially if you know your defense can't stop a nosebleed. You got
bro. If you the highest played, bro, you got to match. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to
match. Like they score, you got to score. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can't keep kicking field goals like some other teams, man. We can't keep doing that. Even though we got one of the best kickers. You know, one of the best kickers in the league. I mean, the GOAT coming up next. You gonna kick it with us, Carl? CTC coming up with us, man. We got to talk about the Ravens. We're going to bring him up, producer. We can bring CTC up, man. I guess we never. Oh, I was going to say, where he at? What's going on, Carl?
What's good with y'all, man? I'm good, man. I told y'all. What I said in the chat was real. I'm solid. I'm chilling.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah. You got CTC's on, Carl. You know, the double chicken bowl is on the way. Still upset
Saturday.
About that.
I texted my people reached out to Tomo people. We good.
My people should have reached out to the Commanders people. I seen Wale was performing. Y'all supposed to lose that game.
I know, right? You said that too. When you said that, I was like, screenshot.
Man. But a little birdie told me, man, we got to bring a Raven fan up here because we got to ask, is it time to panic in Baltimore? After going down, you're now 0-2 on the season. You lose to Gardner Minshew for the second time in a row. We got to ask, Carl, 26-3. 3 fourth quarter scoring drives by Gardner Minshew. Is it time to panic in Baltimore?
No. No. Why would we panic? No, we're 0-2, yes, but it's correctable stuff. I mean, first of all, get Patrick McCary, lay to death. You've been a vet for this team, but get him out. Roger Rosengarten did a way better job on Max Crosby than Patrick McCary. And I don't know what we were looking at talking about with this rotation. It's Roger. It's no rotation. It's Roger. You put Roger out there and let him do what he do. Secondly, another thing we need to fix, which we're still figuring out. We need to figure out this offense because we've not been in a situation where we had a back like Derrick Henry, which is, again, why in the offseason I was not too hype about this pickup. We have not had an offense where we had to feature a running back because of the stature of that running back and try to take away touches from Lamar. We're still figuring out their process of how to go about that. I mean, it's week 2. We didn't use the preseason to figure it out, and it's coming to bite us in the behind a little bit. Thirdly, I don't know what we got to do. We got to send the welcome card, card to the refs. Do we got to do the longest yard where they threw the ball at the ref? You know what? To get the refs to stop calling BS. But I don't know. Something got to be done with that too. But I'm not panicking. It's week 2. It's early in the season. And like I said in the chats earlier, I was scheduled for the Steelers to be in front of the division right here. I expected the Steelers to go 2-0. Like I said, I'm in a pick 'em. I literally picked the Steelers to win both weeks. Expect them to be 2-0. The only thing that's off schedule is I picked the Browns, Bengals, and Ravens all to be tied at 1-1 at this moment, and we're 0-2. So it's no time to panic.
Joe?
I realized you said nothing about your defense. What about them?
All right. So the reason why I really didn't say nothing about the defense is because I think 2 of those PI calls we got were bogus. The one against Marley on the sideline, he was in phase. Literally the same play happened against us, I think, like maybe earlier in the game. No call. Marley's in phase. It's regular standard hand fighting. He gets his head around. He smacks the ball. Defensive pass interference because of Devontae Adams. Brandon Stevens is in his area. He really does not move towards the end of the game. Devontae Adams runs up on him, puts his hand on him. They hand fight. Brandon Stevens wins, knocks the ball away. Defensive pass interference because of Devontae Adams. Those 2 plays were kind of killer. The DPI definitely was killer. Oh, I did miss one thing. Justin Tucker, what is going on? Got to figure it out up there, buddy. It's been 2 years now. I've been trying to defend you. I can't keep defending this. You got to figure it out. But, yeah, the defense, they quote-unquote collapsed, but they don't call that DPI was not DPI. They kick a field goal, and the mindset of the drive after that, is different.
Now, look, the first one, okay. But the second one, I mean, before that DPI call, Devontae Adams missed a wide open shadow cross catch.
That's fine.
Wide open with space in front of him. Probably could have scored. And then him and Gardner Minshew couldn't connect on a touchdown. On a touchdown. Gardner Minshew do they were on the same page, but he was open again. So I get you. The calls happened, but the defense still didn't look good. Like I'm watching y'all, and I'm like, yo, Gardner Minshew is literally being like, y'all was getting killed by Devontae Adams and Bowers. Bowers killing y'all the whole game. So that's my biggest worry with y'all. I feel like offensively, y'all gonna figure it out. Y'all are having some pass protection issues. Obviously, y'all just rotating guys back and forth. Y'all still trying to figure it out. It's a new offensive line. Y'all lost some guys. But defensively is what I'm really surprised about. Now, I get it. Y'all lost some coordinators. Y'all lost some coaches on the defensive side of the ball. They both 2 guys left to become coaches, right? But I do feel like that's my biggest worry with y'all is the defensive side of the ball. But is it time to panic? I would say no, because come on now. You play 2 guys Lamar really can't beat. Patrick Mahomes and Gardner Minshew. So, come on now. Y'all lost to Gardner Minshew last year. And then, not to be funny, y'all had these type of losses every year, early in the year. Like
I've said it since.
No, why they losing to this team?
I said it last year. We had those games.
Like, it's like every early in the season, I'm like, yo, why this game? Y'all be up. And then next thing you know, it was Gardner Minshew last year. Y'all were up. And that's how you know they're gonna come back. I'm like, bro, like, why is this even happening right now? And week 1, y'all play the Chiefs. So the 0-2 looks bad, but I want to say it's panic time. Yeah. But yeah, they play 2 guys they can't really beat.
Bruh.
Y'all lose.
Lamar, I mean not Lamar. The Mahomes thing, I'm with you, man. Gardner, that stuff be man. Even the Colts game, it was just like if y'all remember both sides, it was just flukish plays. Like in the first quarter, Kenyon Drake catches the screen, take that on like 20-some yards and fumbles. I was like, come on, bro.
And y'all were up the whole game. That game too.
Drop passes, all this. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Fumbles, man. That game was crazy. And then I didn't even mention even when they tied the game. We go 3 and out because Max Crosby blows up the first play. We hand it off the second play. And the third play, we throw a check down. The punter shanks the ball. He has a terrible punt mixed with a penalty. So it basically put the Raiders in field goal position without having to do no work.
No, it didn't work. No, I get it. They had good field positions, though. You're right.
They only got 1 first down. It was a field
goal. You're right. Jacoby Myers, shout out to him.
Now, Carl, I will say this. The first 2 games, you can understand it. Like, I'm with you on how you can lose a game that's flukish. Only got one. I got one comment, and I got one question. The comment is, if y'all lose next week, push the button. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all lose next week, you got to push the button.
I went 3.
And with the button, I also want to ask because Chris said it on the panel. He's been saying it all day in the NFL chat. I've been seeing the memes all day on Twitter. How do you feel about your head coach?
Bro, y'all know how I feel about Harbaugh, bro. I think Harbaugh gets a lot of flack that's not on him. Now, yesterday, them 2 challenges was stupid. That's on him. Because the second time, bro, that could have saved us 40 seconds. And we could have possibly won the game with them 40 seconds. So, like, I get the challenges. Those are stupid. But, like, other things that he get slandered for, it's like, bro, that's not even him. Like, I know Chris likes to talk about the loss of timeouts in the first game. Bro, Zach Orr don't have his personnel together. We got to call them timeouts or we getting bombed because Zach Orr don't know who to put in the game. Whoever's not getting in the game, who's supposed to be in the game. You can't blame Harbaugh for that. Or, like, little things like the pick. Lamar Jackson throws a dime to Rashad Bateman ball, hits him in the hands, I guess the wrong spot, pick. Like, that's not on Lamar. That's not on Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh gets slandered for things that's not his fault because people just don't like him and want him gone. So anything that happens, it gets escalated because you don't want him there. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But like I said, we're spoiled. He's been the head coach since 2008. Right? Like, y'all don't really realize that he's been here for 15, 16 years, and we've been consistently good. The only years we're not good is injury-riddled seasons. Other than that, we're good. We're a good football team. And you're willing to risk that because we have not won the Super Bowl? I mean, that's stupid, 1. And 2, who's better? Who out there is better?
Kellen Moore.
Exactly my point. Who out there is better?
Accusation. False accusation.
Now, you can get Brian Jones. There's some coordinators up and coming. I mean, that's just
I am with it. I am with you. I don't think that interception was on Lamar. But, man, I mean, the Raiders defense, man, I try to tell y'all, they defense legit.
Oh, my God.
I try to tell y'all, they legit.
They're moving up and down the field on that defense, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Well, Carl, let's get your last words because we got 2 fans.
That's not even true. Like, why are we? That's not even true.
Carl, go ahead and get your last words in, man. We got 2 fans that said they need to come back after the Super Bowl. I mean, after this game from yesterday.
So, speaking of, since we got this guy up here, he wanted to, I guess, troll Mr. I know you ain't watched the game. Talked about how we lost the game because we ain't hand the ball to Derrick Henry as we proceeded to hand the ball to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry gets a false start on the 3rd and 1 that was for a first down. So, I mean, just had to throw that out there. But secondly, I appreciate y'all for coming on the show as always. Thanks for having me. My Tigers are starting right now at 7:40. We play the Royals, 2.5 games back of a wild card spot. Still can be possible. We can still make the playoffs, man. We got to make this push. We need the Twins to lose some games. But, yeah, you thought we was
No. This ain't for you. I'm sorry. I looked down and seen some nonsense. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, you thought we was neighbors. We ain't neighbors. I'm trying to tell you. But 77 wins on the year. 1 more win. We already matched our last year mark of 78. So happy about it there. Ready for the Monday night game. And then y'all can catch me on CTC tomorrow. I'll say 4 o'clock. Doing my week 3 recap. And we got a big game, MSU coming up. Red bandana game against Boston College.
Okay.
And shout out to you, Carl. CTC, Texas #1. Somebody hit up Tony. I don't think he responds to my message in the college chat.
Definitely didn't. Yeah, I ain't respond to mine either, but he definitely didn't.
Man.
If you ain't tagging me, I probably ain't see it.
No.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all check out CTC. My college season is done. The Chipotle Bowl didn't go the way I wanted it to, so.
Oh yeah, you know me and Tony probably gotta do a Chipotle Bowl October 19th.
Oh, I got a Michigan State bet. If Michigan State loses to Michigan, I got wear Michigan shirt on CTC the next day.
Well, you bought your shirt yet?
My dad's gonna give it to me.
Okay.
Can I run my bowl bet back?
Yo, what? No.
It's not your team.
Next year, buddy.
I know, right?
All right, man. I see you in the chats, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, whew, man, it's about to get crazy, man. All right. So for those who weren't tuned in on Friday and seeing what was going to happen, we don't have clips for you, but we have a lot of reels you can go check out on the Refuse to Lose Instagram page. This guy's backstage already showing off his W. I hate the fact that your logo is a W at this point because now it works in your favor. But I'm not the one that's going to be salty. We have a Giants fan, and we also have the Corius coming back. We have the Corius, the Commander fan, and we have Keith, the Giants fan. They are back to talk about the result of this game. And how we used to do it on the members only is we always have the losers go first. But I'm going to ask how you guys are doing.
That's a big W, man. Let's go.
How y'all fellas doing?
It's alive and well, man.
Hey, how y'all doing? How's everybody? Hey, how you doing, Joe? You doing all right, Joe?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like
hey, left hand up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they snuck out of there. They snuck out of there finally.
Come on, Dave.
But I just got one question real quick.
It wasn't convincing, though.
I just got one question.
I can't stand you. Go ahead.
I got two questions, though. I got two questions. One is for you.
The chorus you went on mute.
I did?
No, you go. You go.
I got one question for you, Tomo. You all right?
Oh, you come on here messing with me.
No, I just asked the question.
I just asked the question. With me?
No, I just asked if you all right. Dang, I can't ask the question?
No, because this is not my segment.
I can't. Wait a minute. Watch this. Joe, are you okay?
I'm doing great, man.
You're doing great. Okay, cool. You're doing fantastic. Okay, let's try this again. Tomo, are you all right?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
No? Joe?
Positive.
Got the cap.
I just want to make I just want to make sure you all right. You know, make sure you're good. Okay.
Dave, we won't talk about the 49ers.
No, look, they happy, yo. They happy 3-point game.
Let me ask one more question. I got one more question. What my Keith at? He here? What he at? Oh, is that him? Oh, there you are. Hey, my Keith, what's up, bro? Right?
I'm here.
You good? Oh, just in case if you can't see me, this is me right here. Right here. Look up here. See this? You see this? Look, see that?
So
the wannabes.
All right, I'm gonna just ask one question. The question was posed to me. I gotta ask a question back, and this is how we normally start these off. So the Warriors, let me ask you: how many carries does a quarterback need to have before they consider the running back?
Now, I could have sworn. Can I answer?
I was just starting the rivalry off, man. You can go ahead and do your thing, man.
I could have sworn this is about the Giants versus the Commanders. When did we start doing about the carries? I mean, I just don't understand.
Time out. Come on, Keith. I know you're not reliving the moments from yesterday, man. Come on. You got the game on right? He reliving the moments?
The highlights, man. You got the good with the bad, man.
I thought he was watching a soccer game.
Yeah, they was football. They was putting foot the belt right there, son. All foot, son.
I'm out. It's all y'all.
Now I do have to say this though. I must say, even though what was it, last Friday we last talked, right? Last Friday. I must say that your Giants gave us some go. Daniel Jones was
Gave y'all
again.
some go.
Yes, gave us some go. While once again, Daniel Jones becoming the curse of the Washington Commanders of Daniel Jones, and he was throwing like he was freaking Peyton Manning once again. I mean, y'all gave us some go, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Now, fortunately, you have two things on your side really three things on your side that really was unfortunate. You lost your kicker. Everybody said, if I didn't lose our kicker, y'all probably would have lost the game. Well, last time I checked, it's a 90-minute football game. And you lost your kicker the first minute of the game. What happened in the other 89 minutes? But that's no here and there. Don't worry about answering that question. Neighbors, Malik Neighbors, he's true. That's a true wide receiver. I honestly got him was kind of like better than Marvin Harris Jr., but that's another debate for later on the topic. But 10 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown, impressive. But he couldn't get the job done. And he couldn't even catch an easy ass ball that whoever this number one.
Whoa. It's a family show, man.
I said easy ball. It's an easy ball to catch. What's wrong with me saying that? He couldn't catch it. That's all.
Okay.
And then what happened to your defense, Marquise? What happened to this Kavion Tibico and Dexter Lawrence?
They had 5 sacks.
Y'all had 5 sacks, but y'all had no punts.
Yeah. Couldn't stop the run, son. Couldn't stop the run.
Yeah,
The same Dexter Lawrence that got paid? The same Brian Burns
He wasn't in the
that got
game
paid?
when y'all gashed us.
Listen carefully. The same Dexter Lawrence that got paid and the same Brian Burns that got paid. Them people got gashed by our running backs.
When they won in the game, they got gashed by backups. Yes.
He lied.
Well, overall, you gave up 427 yards. So your defense, I give them the red zone. Your red zone defense is awesome. But 20 to 20, it's hard.
Yeah, that's that bend don't break crap, man. I don't like that.
Yeah, well.
Go ahead, Tomo.
I would say before you respond to that, Keith, we got a shout out to Dave Hill in the Mental for the 199 super chat. Danny Dimes is trash.
Dang.
He must have got cooked by him. It's okay.
Go ahead, Keith.
I do want. All right, I'm gonna let Keith go. Keith, just give us your recap of that game.
It was a good game though, better than the first game. The offense showed competence, but again, the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. They gave up 200 rushing yards. How you lose your kicker in the first game, in the first quarter, and lose to the kicker? It's crazy work, and they made history of it. He was like, it's 7 of them. They put all foot to me, all foot. It was all foot, Daddy. He had to go get the gun. He had to go get the gun, man. They put all foot to him, son. I'm like, dang. But offense was looking good, as we knew what was going to happen. We was going to score. Your man Jaden Daniels ain't getting no touchdown like you was talking about. Terry McLaurin was quiet as a dog's napping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know who. Zach Ertz was looking like he was reborn.
The ball away. Just like that. Just like that.
No, they should have threw the flag on that. That should have been a challenge.
Stop the
Because
cap.
our player was down on his back with the ball, and then he just ripped it away.
Even if you challenged it, it was going to be upheld.
Then you got 52 players, and only one person can kick field goals. I could kick a field goal. I used to play high school.
Emotional damage.
But
man, for real, son.
When I looked at Davo's press conference, he wasn't even he wasn't healthy. I heard
he was healthy. The doctor said he was healthy. They say he was good. He was hitting field goals in warm up. The only reason why he got hurt because he tried to. It was what he tried to stop a dude from 100 yards. They called a holding on the play, so it was even coming back already. But
and he didn't.
That's like the kicker or the punter is like the quarterback. Like once the play, you should get out the way, bro. Like you shouldn't even been trying to chase him down. Like,
hey, I want to point out something real quick. I don't want to point out something. I made a huge mistake. I didn't mean to say 90 minutes. I meant to say 60 minutes. My bad. That was my fault. Thanks for pointing that out, Carl. I forgot. I didn't mean to say 90. I meant to say 60.
I do want to say something real quick about the game. Put my notes up. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. All right. So first, I want to say that, like the Corey said, from our game, I felt like 7 possessions, 7 scoring drives. You know, like we scored on every single possession. I felt like that's something you don't see in Commander Land. You know, so we were moving the ball. We just couldn't get it in the end zone. So that's one thing I work on. Jaden Daniels, man. In the beginning, I'm like, dude, stop taking all of this contact. And that one time when he got the wind knocked out of him, he stood in the pocket a lot longer. It was a scare. I was scared for a second, but basically he got the wind knocked out of him. But he stood in that pocket. He was 22 from 29 from the field, which is definitely efficient. 200.
Yeah, all short balls.
That was definitely me.
They RPO'd us to death.
They did, you know, looking like
screens.
Yeah, he did. Hey, 226 passing yards. B-Rod career high, 133 rushing yards. Zach Ertz, like you said, 4 receptions, 4 targets, 62 yards. Terry McCoy only had 22 yards, but what I like about what I saw,
yeah, Tay Banks locked up. The bank's closed, sir.
Shout out to the Terps.
The bank's closed, sir.
You read that's what happened? But so yeah,
the bank's closed.
Terry McCoy, what I like about it, he did get the most targets. Like we did try to throw the ball to him.
Who else y'all got?
He had 8 targets.
Noah Brown did pretty good.
If you watch the Commanders, you know that these last year, the last year and the first game, Terry wasn't getting looked at a lot. So that's what I'm talking about. So, but I'm still worried, man. This defense is scaring me, man. Like too many missed tackles. Michael Davis.
Y'all run couple one a lot, bro.
That's what he do.
Michael Davis, let me tell him, Lee Davis gonna hit you with a hitch route, and then you gonna miss the time.
Yeah, he was barbecuing whoever was over there.
That's why they took him out of the game and put number 1 in there. I can't pronounce his name, but he came from Miami. That's why
I know who you're talking about, a Wokafor or something like that.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. I'm not even gonna try. So that's why
Jeremy Chan, my dog. You picked up the fumble, but you were missing tackles too, my guy. Golly. And Jonathan Allen and Payne.
You talking about Noah Igbenogany?
Yeah. That's his name.
Another ex-Cowboy player. Continue. Go ahead.
Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. Come on, like I ain't hear y'all name the whole game.
They had not one tackle.
They got on the plane.
No, I think Jonathan Allen did get. He got a tackle off a screen pass. I think.
Did they get on the plane? I ain't even see that.
No, that was Armstrong. That was Armstrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, look at all the Cowboy players helping y'all win this game.
Y'all got 1 sack. We got 5.
Man, look, Keith, y'all lost, bro. Like, hold on. Y'all lost. Hold on. It don't matter about the stats. It don't matter how many clean the end result came through. You know what? Hold up, Tomo. Hold on. I got something for you, Keith. Hold up.
We beat ourselves.
You know what? I got something for you, Keith.
Yeah,
I got something for you.
It looked like a J, man. It looked like a J. Hold it the right way, man.
Okay. Hold on.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question.
You'll be holding it real soon. Don't worry. Keep it close.
Hey, hold on. Did you say y'all gonna sweep us?
Keep it close, man. Keep it close.
Go ahead.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question, Joe. Let me ask you one question real quick.
Let him cook.
After that drop with Neighbors, when we had to go down the field from the 20-yard line, we had a 2-minute situation. And this was a good drive too, good vertical drive by Jaden Daniels. Does this prove that he is actual a quarterback?
I mean, he did run the ball to the goal line, so I can't.
But he only ran it once on that drive, only once.
But that was the biggest play of the drive.
Exactly. That proves that he can actually stay in the pocket and be a quarterback.
Listen, I do think he could, but he still has to be better. Like, that's why I'm so confident, because I saw a stat. Shout out to ML Football. We followed them. They gave us a lot of news we put in the chat. I'm giving them a little shout out for a second. But they put a stat out and said Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix combined with 0 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like, whoa. Take my man out of that. He had 0 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. All right, 2 rushing, but 2 touchdowns. So one thing I like about Jaden, he's protecting the ball and he keeping the ball out of harm's way. And I saw the growth from game 1 and game 2 just like that.
That is correct.
Like
that is correct.
Game 1, tuck and run. I'm not even trying to throw the ball. Game 2, first half, tuck and run. But second half, he was throwing that rock.
There you go. So does this prove that he's a quarterback?
He didn't throw it 10 yards.
And still got the W. How'd that happen?
Hold on. Did you not see that pass with Noah Brown?
One play, great job.
Zach Ertz?
To the fourth receiver.
Zach Ertz?
That one for 40 yards. That was for like 15.
No, that was 27. 27.
He's 40? Okay, listen, bro. Look, not just Malik Neighbors. Devin Singletary had a good game too. Nobody's talking about he had a good game.
He had 95. Yeah, but he fumbled.
On 16. Shout out to my boy St. Juice. St. Juice, you had a terrible game.
But you know, this is a preschool thing, bro. Like any running back know if you run into the outside, you put the ball in the outside hand, not the inside hand.
Well, I mean,
they teach you that in preschool, like 1, 2, 3. Like
he punched that thing.
And how many he a 6-year veteran? Like, come on now.
And another thing,
Devin Singletary, yeah.
Another thing, of course, this one guy I'm very high on, but he's scaring me too a little bit. Is Mike from Michigan.
No. You have to give him a pass, bro. No. That's one corner you have to give a pass throughout the whole season, no matter what.
I get it. You're a rookie, but I heard Nick Saban say he pound for pound best player in the draft. That's what I heard. I see Keon Mitchell do a great job. I see Kool-Aid did a great job against the Cowboys. Great job. Whoa. But my man Mike, I just need Mike to make a play. He hasn't made a play yet all season. I know it's only 2 games.
He got thinking too much, bro.
He got beat by Chris Godwin with a touchdown, and he got beat. I think he got beat again for a touchdown. And it was one play when the ball went to Neighbors wide open, but he got beat that play also. He got beat that play. The dude he had was wide open on that play too. So
that touchdown to Robinson you're talking about.
You know, it was the Neighbors. I'm talking Neighbors. The one the Neighbors caught wide open.
Crazy work.
He was wide open.
Well, that was a defensive miscommunication.
Right?
That was a miscommunication.
But even the guy that Mike tagged on beat him on the slant. He got beat on the slant. So
it's Malik Neighbors. It's Malik Neighbors.
No. Malik didn't beat him, bro. Malik didn't beat him. I don't know who it was. Another guy beat him. And Malik was
Mike Davis. It was Mike Davis.
Yeah,
it was Mike Davis. It was Mike Davis.
No, Darius Slayton, bro.
My whole thing is, I'm not saying like I still think Mike is good. You know what I mean? But I need Mike to make some plays though. I need him to make some plays, man. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's fine. But also it's the whole defensive hold. That's why I'm concerned of the run defense too. I mean, Singletary getting 95 yards. Like Singletary is
he was getting busy.
I mean, no offense to him, Marquise. No offense to him, Marquise, but he's a spare part.
Saquon. He's not Saquon, but he's a good back.
Hold on, you played in Buffalo, right, Tomo? Shout out to Carl.
Who?
Singletary.
Devin Singletary.
But I just want to ask one question though. I'm not asking the panel. I'm also asking Eagles fan that want to say the Commanders have all the utilities that the Cowboys didn't have. Devin Singletary was running on that defense too. So Kev, answer that one for me.
Come on. Kev gonna side whatever fits his narrative. That's what he does.
I did not say in the beginning in the back in February. My concern is if he's running the defense, I'm worried about his run defensive scheme. Did I or not say that?
But here's the thing though, a lot of our problems ain't the DC. We talking about missed tackles, getting beat man to man. I mean, it's not like what the coach gonna do about that?
Lubu out there trying to kill somebody.
I mean, and then at the same time, they didn't play together all preseason. Most of the players didn't play, so it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
I say the same thing for our offensive linemen. They just brought them together.
And look, I gotta give the Giants some props. I mean, the Giants, we dominated time of possession. They did lose the kicker.
Milk the clock.
I'm excited. I'm gonna take the dub wherever I come, right? But at the same time, they lost their kicker. They had to go for on the 4th down. Like we won by 3 points, and they scored 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, 3 field goals. That's a tie ball game right there. So And Malik Neighbors dropped the pass wide open again. It wasn't like it was a deflection. He dropped it off the pass.
That right there.
And I'm more confident.
And that's not no easy pass, bro.
I mean,
that's not no easy catch.
He got to catch that.
Danny put it on the money.
He did, though. That was a good throw by Danny.
Yeah, that's why I said Danny did.
With pressure and everything, he put it on the money.
Danny did really good that game. He did good.
But Joe,
go ahead.
At the same time, you should be encouraged with this offense.
Yes,
despite 7 for 7, no punts. Yeah, it should have been more points, but we should have scored at least 35 on them.
We moving the ball.
We're moving the ball.
Yeah,
but it's just
it was supposed to be a high scoring game.
Yeah,
Jada's getting better. Like that's why I'm
he's getting better, right? That's why I say I'm more excited for this offense for the first time since 2016.
Oh, brother, whoa! Now you got too much dip on your chip.
Y'all just beat the Giants. Now I'm gonna ask you this because I know. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. I'm gonna ask you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm on.
Look, we both lost. We got a lot to say.
I got jokes, man, for days, man.
Hey, but Tomo, did 44 points? I mean, you got Parsons, you got Diggs.
See, Parsons, what happened with Parsons was his hand was in the dirt. It don't need to be there. He was standing up.
Hey, Joe, did you find out why Davis was inactive?
I don't think he was hurt, bro. I don't think he was hurt.
He wasn't. That's the part. He was not hurt. Was it a healthy scratch? What is it?
No, it was illness. He got sick. He didn't make the
I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I thought he just got beat out for his position.
No, he was sick.
But before Tom asks a question, because I know you got to roll out here. Johnny, when you said about your bold prediction about Jonathan Allen, these two performances, these two games, when you said Johnny Newton would take his spot, these two performances, bro. Sorry, Marcus texted me. You getting double? You getting double? So you gotta make noise still. I'm sorry, like you getting paid.
I did not say that. I said
was a problem.
Was going to take his spot eventually. I said that. I said this is going to be Allen's last year if they don't trade him by the deadline.
I do believe in Jonathan Allen, though. I definitely believe in him. I want him to stay here. He's our defensive Terry McLaurin, a guy who's been a leader here all these years to all these cold days. Like if we do start winning, him and Terry need to get a feel of that. Like they need to experience that. So
I got a trade for you since Dan Quinn is dead. Y'all can just pick up the phone. We got a safety for y'all. No. You wildin' now.
Safety. No one on safety. We good on safety.
Like linebacker for y'all, because that's what Dan.
What linebacker you got other than Parsons?
We gonna get y'all Donovan Wilson for Jonathan Allen.
No. We don't. No.
We'll give y'all that in a 6th round pick. But let me
give us Michael Parsons. I give you Michael. Give me Michael Parsons. I give you Jonathan Allen. I give you a 2nd round pick.
Let me ask y'all a serious question. So to my Giants fan, right? You got Cleveland next week. How you feeling about the game? Real quick.
It can go either way. 1 week at a time, man. 1 week at a time, man. Because to be honest, bro, we beat ourselves both games.
Bro, we beat ourselves. We set up for 8. All these penalties we got.
Right, we should have scored 35 points. We had like 10 penalties.
We had like 8 false starts. Come on,
They're going against Dexter Lawrence, bro. They got some. That dog.
Are you serious? That's the reason why we false started like
he was, bro. He was causing problems in it.
Come on, man. Shout out to my boy Carr. That's my boy.
How many times did Daniels get pressure?
Huh?
And that's another issue. Right.
Daniels, he kept y'all in the game so many times. He like flushed out the pot. It was like he was Houdini back there. Like that nigga had butter on him.
That's why we got him.
And Sealy Farrells is the only defensive lineman that got the sacks throughout the season now, right?
That sack was so bogus.
Now let me.
I'm like, who is this Sealy Farrell?
Well, you don't got to worry about him.
Cowboy.
You don't got to worry about him no more until they play the Giants again. Now,
and then we got the Cowboys week 4. Hopefully they still
falling down. I hope y'all win.
Hopefully they
I hope y'all win that game.
Hopefully they still falling off the cliff.
Y'all lost to Dak Prescott 12 times in a row. I'm not tired of getting your butt whooped by him.
All I'm gonna say, look, let me ask the Commanders fan this.
40.
You should be the last person to say 40. Now let me.
Come on, you gotta be done 40-0.
That's why I'm saying he should be the last person to say 40. But look. Commanders play the Bengals next Monday. How y'all feeling about that game?
This is the Bengals get right game right here. I already chalked them out.
Let's say that.
I I already chalked them as a loss in the beginning of the season anyway. So that was one of my.
But
losses,
how much though? How much y'all gonna lose by?
I gotta lose
hardest.
Because they know for scoring 30.
It could be close though, because
I say about 10. I say about 10.
I think we can have. I think it'll be close, but it could be similar to. It could look like the Buccaneers game.
Like that. That's why I said it could be similar to that. But I say about 10.
I'm worried about defense for sure. Think about Joe Burrow. He ain't no mobile quarterback at all. So like, he's not gonna be avoiding the. I mean, Baker Mayfield not either. He was looking like Patrick Mahomes out there.
That's why I want Dan Quinn to call the plays instead of Joe Witt. I don't like his.
But look, just like you said, we gotta get Mike some time. We gotta get Joe Witt some time. This is Joe Witt's first time calling plays.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not impressed.
No, but and one thing about Joe Witt I don't like on third down blitz, bro. On third and long on the Giants, we were not blitzing on third and long.
Oh, you on mute, Keith?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Keith, if you was talking, you on mute. I was gonna say, yeah, we gonna get y'all last word. You on mute, Keith, if you was talking, but we gonna get y'all last words, man. You know, I asked y'all about y'all next opponents. So Keith, we gonna start with you, man. Any last words before you get on up out of here?
Yeah, man. So Sunday, and then we got the Cowboys, and then we got Seattle. So it's build your own storyline. It's 0-2. What they gonna do?
I smell Drew Lock.
Oh, y'all gonna need him because y'all not gonna protect Daniels. He gonna get hurt before you know it.
Dang.
He was out there looking good till he got popcorn chicken.
He just got his wind knocked out, so he all right.
He been all right. We thank you for doing that.
Nah, they was hitting him. They was hitting him out there.
Now, the Corey's, you got any last words for us? I know a lot of people probably want to know where you got that shirt from. That's a nice shirt you got there. I would never.
I know, right?
That's a nice shirt.
I know, right? My dad got me
Walmart showed them Jones. You ain't know.
Oh, now I need to holler at the Broncos. Then I got you.
Yes, get one of the Bo Picks Jones.
But what's your nearest a recycle bin for a Daniel Jones jersey? Go ahead.
Hey, Dak new name is Pick.
Oh, good.
He moving on. He already moving on.
I told you I got so many jokes, bro. Y'all ain't let me get them out, man.
That's what the chat for. Come back to the chat. But go ahead, man. We gotta get out of here, man. We got a Monday night football game.
Yeah, I gotta watch this Eagles game. Hopefully they lose. But here's my last words to you, Mr. Tomo. The Ravens.
I thought you was gonna be on the milk car. I didn't know you was gonna show up.
Hold on. Don't say nothing yet. You guys got your asses spanked by the Saints.
Hey man, it's a family show.
I'm sorry, my fault. Please work that out. Hey, y'all got y'all butts kicked by the Saints. The Ravens lost to the Raiders, and they are mad, and I mean mad. What you gonna do about that come next Sunday? Oh, you know the Ravens are mad. What you gonna do?
Guess what? I already picked us to lose, so I don't care. Y'all not gonna beat us. And them Giants not gonna beat us. So I'll holler at y'all then. But nah, we appreciate y'all, man, for coming on, man. Always entertaining. I think you guys have started something on the show where now we have these Friday night matchups prior to, because we got a Ravens fan and a Cowboy fan and want to come on here and do something similar to talk about the Sunday game. So hey, I'm not mad at you all done started something.
Let's keep it going, fellas.
Hey Joe, one more time. Put that song Left Hand Up one more time for me. One more time.
Hey, you are
one
right.
more time. You got that song for me?
Nah, we're not playing.
Oh, this was one more. Which one more?
I got you. Get out of here.
They snuck out of there, man. Let GG, man. GG.
All right, fellas, man. We catch y'all in the NFL chat.
Don't bask in the sauce too long.
You got any last words, Joe? Or you come on up, Joe? You on mute, Joe?
On mute. Dang. This whole time I was on mute. Dang.
Yeah.
Shout out to the R2L network. Shout out to R2L family. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Dave for the super chat. We appreciate that. Shout out to you, Tomo. But like you said, we're gonna be these Friday night matchups going forward. We got the Cowboys and Ravens this week, so we're gonna get that going. And I'm looking forward to, on a weekly basis, we getting these guests to come on, talk about their teams and stuff like that, and have fun. At the end of the day, man, it's none but sports. We just having fun,
Yeah,
and collecting W's. So those are my last words.
And yeah, you know, if your team win, lose, see why I don't like that we can see people backstage. But win, lose, draw, or tie, man, you always know that you can come on Refuse to Lose. You can talk your smack, but you also got to live up to it if your team loses. And for anyone that doesn't know, I'm a host. So regardless if the Cowboys win or lose, I got to be here. So you all will see me. But I might get sick if they lose another 40 pointers to one of these teams that's come up here. That's all I'm saying, man. Appreciate everybody for joining. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, notification. And we out of here. We got to go watch the Falcons and Eagles. Quickly, Joe, who you got winning?
I got the Eagles.
Me too.
But we rooting for the Falcons, though. Yeah. But shout out to Dave for the super chat. 199 super chat. Turn me up. Can you turn us up when I do the outro, Tomo?
Yep.
All right. That's all we got for y'all. Peace out.
Turn me up, 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 up.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.